What's up, you guys? It's Caboose bringing you another Marvel Spider-Man Remastered video, and today what I got for you guys here is a video going over all the MCU suits in the game and ranking them from worst to best. Before we do that though, if you like those two new suits from Spider-Man No Way Home in the remastered version for Marvel Spider-Man, well then scroll down right now and hit that thumbs up button. Also reminding you guys that I am sponsored by G Fuel, and the Spider-Man No Way Home G Fuel is available right now. You can get your hands on it. It is the radioactive lemonade flavor, and there are 3 different collector's boxes with 3 different suits that you can get your hands on. Head to that link in the description box below, grab yourself some Spider-Man No Way Home G Fuel, and use code Caboose at checkout. And with all that being said, well, let's get into this. I will mention that this is my personal opinion, and it's okay if you disagree, so if you do, let me know what your list is in the comment section below. But let's get started here with number 7. Alright, let's kick things off here at number 7, and that is the Iron Spider suit. We have seen so much of this suit that I've unfortunately joined the camp of being completely sick of it. It's funny because I actually liked this suit at one point. In my original video where I was ranking all the suits in Spider-Man PS4 from worst to best, I had this pretty high on the list, and I remember talking about how much I actually liked the design. But after it was overused to death in the MCU, and then finally seeing it again in Spider-Man No Way Home, I was ready for it to go. Nothing's ever gonna replace the surprise factor that I felt when I saw it for the first time at the ending of Spider-Man Homecoming, but it's lost its luster for me ever since then. This always should have been a suit that Spider-Man was ready to wear and to use, especially in Infinity War, going to space, facing off against an ultimate threat like Thanos, but this shouldn't be the suit that he's wearing when he's going out and doing his day-to-day as Spider-Man. It should have either been the Homecoming suit or the Far From Home suit, and they totally could have made that work within the story purposes. I understand that the Iron Spider suit would be the most powerful thing to take into any confrontation with criminals, but they could have had a moment in the story where maybe it just wasn't fully charged and he can't use it, but he's got to go out Spider-Manning. I don't know, I'm rambling a little bit. I don't hate the design by any means, but it's been overused, and because of that, I've liked it a lot less than I used to like it. At number 6, I have the stealth suit from Spider-Man Far From Home, or as some people call this, the Night Monkey suit from that movie. And honestly, I think this suit is pretty cool. It's simple, it's tactical, and it's successful in making Spider-Man look like an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think my favorite part of the suit is that the mechanical eyes are an attachment on top of a regular ski mask. It almost looks like he's wearing like a night vision goggles attachment to the ski mask, which I thought was a really nice touch, and the way that in the movie he flips them up and you can see Peter's eyes, that was so cool. Granted, I'm kind of judging these solely off of how they look in the game, and with that, I do like it, but the thing that it's definitely missing in comparison to all the other MCU suits is that color, that bit of flair that gives you that Spider-Man flavor. It's a double-edged sword because I like that it's simplistic, but it's also almost too simplistic. It would have been cool if there was at least like a S.H.I.E.L.D. logo on it or something. Then coming in at number 5, I have the black and gold suit, which we just saw recently in Spider-Man No Way Home. I really dig this suit, and the story premise behind it. Having Spider-Man turn his regular Far From Home suit inside out is a cool concept, and its design is just sweet. It's that tiny attention to detail that Insomniac always adds to the suits that they put into this game that I really love, and with this suit, having the actual coating of the tech inside the suit is a nice touch, and having the wires sticking off of it, holding everything together, is so cool. The black and gold color scheme is sweet, and I love that they have the Doctor Strange gauntlet attached to it as well, looking awesome. I only love the suits beyond this point more because they feature the more iconic colors that everyone has come to recognize when you see Spider-Man. Then coming in at number 4, I have the homemade suit. This is definitely, for me at least in my opinion, the best interpretation of a homemade suit for Spider-Man that we've ever gotten in a live-action Spidey flick. The simplicity in it basically just being pajamas with a spider logo on it is very Peter Parker. The eyes are a really nice touch as well, and while I would much rather from here on out have Spidey suits just have expressive eyes without a logical explanation, it was a novelty when it was first introduced. The red and blue really pop here, and it very much gives you that classic Spider-Man feel, which I'm a big fan of. The only way this could have been improved and potentially even be higher on my list is if there was some sort of Spidey logo on the back of the hoodie. That would have been really cool, but I can't really judge the suit on something that I would have wanted that they didn't do. I have to judge the suit based on what they did do, and for that I will say that it's a really solid looking costume. Then at number 3, and this might be a bit of a controversial take, I got the Spider-Man Homecoming suit, or the Captain America Civil War suit, whatever you want to call it, aka the first legitimate suit that Peter gets in the MCU. I know a lot of people have this at the top of their lists, and believe me, I think this is a fantastic live-action Spider-Man suit. The red and blue are classic, and the symbol on the back of the suit is something that I really wanted to see in a live-action Spider-Man suit for a very long time. I think what prevents me from having this higher on the list is the black lines in the blue of the suit being just a bit too much, and the black tracing that connect to the web shooters. I just don't really like that. If you got rid of those two things, this would be the ultimate live-action Spider-Man suit, and there'd be no debate. It's still great though. Another big issue, although I can't really judge that off of the way that it looks in the game, as that's what I'm trying to do with this video, is that in the live-action films, it's always got that coat of CGI, which has been an issue in general with what they've done with Spider-Man in the MCU. I will agree, I like Spider-Man in the MCU for the most part, but I will agree with that complaint. And here we go, the runner-up for my favorite MCU Spider-Man suits in Spider-Man Remastered, and this is going to be a bit of a controversial take. It is the integrated or the hybrid suit. Of course, the suit that we just recently saw in Spider-Man No Way Home. And I know some people are going to accuse me of riding the hype train, but honestly, this should be in the conversation of not only one of the best MCU Spider-Man suits, but in general, one of the coolest live-action Spidey suits that we've ever gotten. Of course, I don't consider it to be better than the likes of the Maguire attire or Andrew Garfield's getup in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which, by the way, we should get in Marvel Spider-Man Remastered or Marvel Spider-Man 2, please, Insomniac. But the black, red, and gold color combination contrasts off each other perfectly. While I can't get into spoilers, its story purpose in No Way Home is also very rewarding and adds to the value of the suit. And while the logo on the back may be the same as the Iron Spider suit, the symbol just looks infinitely better in black and gold than it did with the dark blue and gold on the Iron Spider suit. And since we're judging these suits solely based off how they look in this game, well, let me be the one to say that this integrated suit looks so much better in Spider-Man Remastered than it did in the actual movie, mainly because that gold Iron Spider logo is completely CGI. In the game, it's a fully realized 3D render, and it looks all the much better for it. Then finally, at number 1, the suit that I like the most, at least when it comes to the MCU suits that Tom Holland's Spider-Man has worn over the years, it is the Far From Home suit. From the moment we saw this suit being used in the promotional material for Spider-Man Far From Home, I knew instantly that it would become one of my favorite Spidey suits, and has remained my all-time favorite suit that he's worn in the MCU films. Black and red in general is a great color combo for superheroes overall, especially for Spider-Man, given the iconic designs from Steve Ditko and a really sweet alternate design that was almost used for the Maguire films by Alex Ross. Couple all this with the little details like the white trimming around the spider logo on his chest and a new and improved white spider logo on his back, and this for sure ranks as the best suit that the Wallcrawler has gotten throughout the Homecoming trilogy. I like the simplistic web shooters, and the way that the black wraps around the forearms and looks almost like a glove or like a sleeve is really cool. It's a nice aesthetic. They honestly nailed it with this costume in the MCU films. My only wish is that they, first of all, didn't always coat it with CGI like they do, and I also wish we got to see just a little more of it in Spider-Man No Way Home, but nevertheless, that's my number 1 suit out of the MCU costumes. And there you have it, my ranking of MCU Spider-Man suits in Marvel Spider-Man Remastered. But what say you guys? You don't have to agree with me. The best part about videos like these is when you don't agree with me, so comment down below what your list is. What are your favorite MCU Spider-Man suits in Spider-Man Remastered or Spider-Man PS4, however you want to rank it? Sound off with your thoughts in the comments, and of course, if you enjoyed today's video, if you could consider leaving a like rating on it, it would show your support, and I would really appreciate it. I'm Caboose, and you can click on screen to make your way to one of the other videos on the channel, or you can click my logo to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter, or join my Discord. Those links are going to be in the description. Drop a like if you enjoyed, leave a comment if you have an opinion, and subscribe if you're new. See you guys later.